Not only can you fail your driver's test outright, but you can also accumulate enough points that you're not successful and you don't pass. Today we're going to give you the top 10 reasons for accumulating demerit points, and that way you won't do this and you'll pass your driver's test first time. Stick around, we'll be right back with that information. Number one, the first reason that you will accumulate demerit points is because you're not shoulder checking when you're turning or when you're moving the vehicle sideways. And for the purposes of a driver's test and to stay safe after you get your license, you have to shoulder check twice for every turn, maybe even 3 times depending on how long you're at the corner when you're turning. So shoulder checking, I cannot emphasize that enough. For the purposes of a driver's test, you must shoulder check. 2 times for a turn, 2 times when you're moving the vehicle sideways. And if you're sitting at the intersection for a while, you may have to shoulder check again to look into your blind areas. Number 2 is you don't know the difference between 4-way stops and 2-way stops, and you don't know how to handle those 2 different stop sign configured intersections. 4-way stop sign intersection, first person to arrive, person on the right, and then the other rules apply. Straight through traffic over turning traffic, and right turning traffic over left turning traffic. 2-way stop sign intersections, major road over the minor road, and then straight through traffic over turning traffic, and right turning traffic over left turning traffic. And for each one of these reasons why you will accumulate demerits on a driver's test, look down in the description there. I'll put a link to all of the videos for the topics that I'm talking about and the reasons that you will accumulate demerits. So, second reason, 4-way stop signs and 2-way stop sign intersections. Reason number 3 is connected to reason number 2. You don't know the correct stopping position at controlled intersections, or you don't get to that stopping position, which is before the stop line, before the crosswalk line, and if those 2 conditions don't exist, then it's at the edge of the road where the 2 roads meet, just before you enter the intersection. Reason number 4, lane changes. If you don't have minimum 2 shoulder checks on a lane change, you are gonna get demerits. I would have gained demerits on that lane change because I only had 1 shoulder check. So you need 2 shoulder checks. Correct procedure for changing lanes, mirror signal shoulder check. The way is clear, shoulder check again, and we move over. And that vehicle in front of us is moving across, so that therefore we were able to keep our distance behind the vehicle, our safe following distance. This video is made possible by the course package, Pass Your Driver's Test First Time. Because we know that your driver's test is the most stressful day of your life. And without some form of driver training, your chances of passing are less than 50%. As a bonus, we'll include both the defensive and winter driving smart courses. These will make you a safer, smarter driver and reduce your chances of being involved in an accident. Click down in the description there and get full details. Number 5, not signaling. And often new drivers get dinged for not signaling when they're in parking lots. So make sure that every time you turn, every time you move the vehicle sideways, or you leave a parking space, that you signal in the direction you're going to move the vehicle. So for example, if you're at the DMV and the examiners told you to leave the parking space and go left, make sure you signal left. As well, slow speed maneuvers, reversing, make sure that you signal in the direction that you're going to move the vehicle, because that will get you dinged as well. Or you're moving around an object or something on the roadway, such as this recycling truck up here. I need to signal to move left to get around the recycling truck. Shoulder check again, move out into the other lane, and then shoulder check, signal back. When you first show up to the DMV, back into the parking space unless signs prohibit it. When you leave, if the examiner tells you to go left or right, whichever way you're going, signal in that direction. Number 6, following too close. You're too close in a queue. You're not stopping back so you can see the tires of the vehicle in front of you making clear contact with the pavement. If you get too close, even when the queue is moving up, you're too close to the vehicle in front of you. You also have to maintain a 2 to 3 second following distance for the purposes of your driver's test. Reason number 7 is incorrect lane positioning. I have parked cars here. I need to move into the other lane. I need to mirror signal shoulder check. If you stay too close to those cars, that's incorrect lane positioning, and you will accumulate demerits. Same thing on the right-hand turn here. Shoulder check and then move over to the right side of the lane because you're going to turn right. If you stay out in the center of the lane here, that's incorrect lane positioning, and you will probably accumulate 5 demerit points. So you want to move over to the right so nobody sneaks up on the inside of you. Lane positioning also includes staying in the center of your lane when you're driving forward. If you hug one side of the lane or the other, you're going to accumulate demerits for that because you're not in the center of the lane. If you touch that line, if you come over here and touch this fog line as I just did, that's 10 points at least on a driver's test for touching that lane. So you need to follow the other traffic, look farther down the road, and make sure that you are centered in your lane and have good lane positioning for your driver's test. Reason number 8, incorrect position when turning. For turning right, we want to be to the right side of the lane. If you're to the left side of the lane when you're turning right, that's incorrect lane position. The same as if you're turning left and you're on the right side, you're going to be assigned demerits. If you're too deep in the intersection when making a left-hand turn, you're going to be assigned demerits again, or you could outright fail depending on how critical of an error it is. Blocking the crosswalk. If I come up here and I sit over the crosswalk like that and I wait for traffic, I'm going to accumulate demerits. Reason number 9, too slow. Being too namby-pamby on your driver's test. You need to, if you turn and you're getting it up to speed, get your foot into it, get it going. If you just drive along and you're going below the speed limit, 5 kilometers an hour or 5 miles an hour below the speed limit, you're going to accumulate major demerits. And if you do that throughout the duration of your test, you will most likely fail for being too namby-pamby. In keeping with that, if you're turning and there's sufficient gap and you don't go, again, that's going to accumulate demerits. Number 10 on a driver's test, you must look out the rear window for the purposes of backing and other slow speed maneuvers. If you use your mirrors or you use your backup camera, you will accumulate major demerits. So, reversing along a curb, you have to be looking out the back window. You can use your mirrors, you can check them, you can check a backup camera, but for the primary line of sight, you have to be looking out the back window. So you be backing such as this anytime that you're conducting slow speed maneuvers. And as well, I accumulated 5 demerits there because I didn't do a 360-degree scan before I started. So 360-degree scan, looking around the vehicle, check your mirrors, check your backup camera, and then look out the rear window when you're backing up. The bonus for not accumulating demerits on your driver's test, you must have 2 hands on the steering wheel for the duration of your test. You cannot drive for the duration of the test like this. It looks cool in the movies, but you can't do this because you will not pass your driver's test. You probably won't even get 2 blocks from the DMV, and they'll send you back to the DMV and say, you know, sorry to hear, but you didn't pass your driver's test. We'll see you again. You can book another appointment inside. So 2 hands on the steering wheel for the duration of your driver's test. It doesn't necessarily have to be 10 and 2. It can be 9 and 3. It could even be 8 and 4. But this steering wheel I have in this vehicle is not conducive to 8 and 4. But you need to keep your hands on the outside of the steering wheel. And good steering wheel control as you're learning how to drive and preparing for your driver's test. And remember, pick the best answer, not necessarily the right answer. Have a great day. Bye now. On there 1 sec. The thought of failing your driver's test is what keeps you up at night right now. click the link over here. Check out the Smarter Driver course package that guarantees that you will pass your driver's test first time. Click the link and check that out. And have a great day. All the best. Bye now.